Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. We're gonna take another crack at this whole NASCAR NIS. Hopefully, it goes better than Daytona. That's what I'm hoping. I'm gonna need my glasses. These blue light glasses help a ton. They really do. All right. Let's see how this goes. God, I'm hoping we have a good race, man. I'm hoping to finish this race. That's what I'm hoping for. What the hell was that? Yeah, who who is that talking? That's a voice changer? I didn't Dude, I didn't say anything cuz I thought that was someone's girlfriend or wife or something. That was a voice changer? Oh, that was your wife? Oh, okay. That makes me feel way better because I was like, oh my god, I couldn't tell that was somebody with a voice changer. No, she does not, but I give your wife a lot of props, man, for coming on and doing that. Because I'm talking about it, my wife wouldn't do that. I don't know if I'd say that, but she does sound like a commercial talker woman. Like if she had said like 4 out of 5 dentists recommend Crest, like she'd have fit right in. All right, let's qualify. Qualify, man. Go for it. I am. I'm number 17. All right. Let's see how this goes. Thanks, Richard. I'm gonna need some luck. Yeah, thanks, Devin. Just retire afterwards. The shock should handle them pretty good after a few laps. I literally run a lap around the top and then I run the bottom, just like we do on dirt. Doesn't have to be top, but like middle top. The tires got to warm up, man. This thing is so tight when the tires are cold. Got to warm up the tires, build up your momentum, and then try to send this thing down around the bottom. Here we go. I got on it too early, pushed up the track. I should have arced it more. And then I tapped the wall. Damn it. Oh, there's that bump, and I caught it. That bump, man, when the tires are cold, dude, it's so nasty. I covered that in the Insider program. I said it in the notes, like, watch out for the bump, and I go through and hit it. Oh, well. That's okay. I'm 8th quick on my first lap, which was an out lap that I ran around the top. So, I'll take it. I'm fine with that. The main thing's the race. We got 100 laps. So... No, it'll tighten up in like, or it'll be like 5 laps before it'll start to free up a little bit. Yeah, and then it loosens up throughout the run. These cars are the opposite of the Gen 6 cars. Gen 6 cars got tight over the long run. These ones get loose. Unless you completely smoke the right front. Yeah, and it's hard. It's really hard to just smoke the right front because these cars use the front tires almost evenly. All right. Well, we're 8th, so... Well, I qualified 8th, considering that was my first lap around the top building speed, and the second lap I got loose, and I was going like 2/10, 3/10 of a second faster before I messed up. Probably would have been a decent lap. Yeah, the number 1 car in mine ran a 40.93. Okay. All right, we got 100 laps. Yeah, good luck, everyone. all the tests I did this week, the track was always cool. The wind is really the thing to watch out for here. Long race ahead of us, trying to settle in here. Spent another day not digging ditches. Today I was backfilling the ditches with gravel. Okay. Thanks, Sean. Hopefully we have a good run here. The goal is to finish. That's the goal. We just want to finish. I've only done like... I have not done a lot of NIS races. I didn't do them last season with the Gen 6 car because it was going away, and so I was spending time learning this car. But you know, since we started, I mean, I've done Daytona. Last season I did only like 2 or 3 races, and one of them was Daytona. So oh, that sucks. So hopefully we can finish, and if I can pull a top 10, I'll be happy. Yeah, pit strategy is a big thing. I'm predicting a top 5. I hope you're right, Robert. Thank you, Cody. I've got a good long run setup, so if we can stay out of trouble in this thing, we can get some long green flag runs. I'm confident that we can have a good race. Can't remember if I did that already, but we'll do it again. Never hurts. This setup starts off tight. But it comes in. Got to actually use some brake the first couple laps just to help the car turn because it's so tight. Whoa, dude. Ah, dang it. I need to turn this up some. I gotta turn that off. I can't handle it. God dang it. There is a digital dash, Matt. You can pick what it is. These freaking, dude, these spam things are driving me nuts in my chat, dude. They're driving me nuts. I'm so sick of this crap. Dude, they pop up in here. They pop up on the ESRN chats. Dude, they pop up everywhere, man. I'm so sick of it. Freaking love face XYZ, whatever the heck that crap is. The force feedback is weak, Devin, because this is a rack and pinion steering system. It's a completely different steering system. You just have to crank up the force feedback. And if you go to here, Matt, and I go to dash display, you can see right there is a different one. It's kind of a digital slash, analog, and then here it's completely digital. I always just do the gauges because I like dials. I don't know. Call me old school, I guess. I don't know. I like the dials, so that's what I always have. Whoops. That made a loud noise. Sorry about that. Yeah, Matt, these cars... Oh my god. I forgot to turn my telemetry on. Jeremy, don't forget to record your telemetry. Same thing for you, Jordy. Yeah, you're good. The next gen cars, now that they've got the updated package on these things, there's with the 670 horsepower and the 4-inch spoiler, they're so much fun. They're so much better. The previous package that we had, 8-inch spoiler, 550 horsepower, sucked, dude. Every track was like Daytona or Talladega. It sucked. It was not fun. These things, you actually have to drive them. They don't have a ton of downforce. They have some downforce, but not a ton. The cars get loose over the run. Even if you build the setup to be a long run setup, you still got to be good with the throttle and good with the wheel. You can't just go out there and burn it up. Like, they're a lot of fun. I really like them. Got to get some heat back in the tires. Whoa! Whoa! You guys, I don't know if you saw that, but 2 guys, man, lost it. Thought I was gonna get taken out. Man. And we're in the top 10. It's not like we're in the back of the pack. Dang. Where is the 16 car? That guy was in the wall. Well, the other guy flipped though. So the 16 car didn't cause the caution, I don't think. Yeah, he hit the wall hard. Hey, Jeremy, what were we getting on a full fuel run for laps? Was it 44? Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to work back and calculate my pitch strategy right now. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So once we have 72 laps remaining, then I'm gonna pit. Because I can go 36, 36. Yeah, I'm just thinking because if we get a caution around lap, 20 or 25 or something like that, depending on how I'm running, I want to know. Just trying to calculate how far I'll be able to go if I have to push it. NIS. Damn. Come on, guys. Let's get some green flag laps. Strippers in NASCAR. There you go. Like a cat with 9 laps. All right, let's go green. Yeah, I would have been like, dude, I gotta go. Could I get a truck paint similar to yours because teamwork? I just repainted my truck, Devin. My truck paint's different now. I repainted my truck, my Xfinity, and my next-gen car. They're completely different now. What's up, man? Oh, I'm good, man, because I'm live streaming, too. Thank you, though. These guys are getting loose, man. With that diff preload, if you stomp the throttle, these things will break loose on you, man. It's like stagger. It obviously is different because you're talking about the preload in the rear end, but the way that it affects the car, it's like stagger. And when the tires are cold, man, these things will snap on you, especially if you have a lot of preload in it. Oh my God, you guys, come on! Dude, what is going on back there? They're all happening within like 2 to 3 laps. I would bet you dollars to pesos that the tires are still cold and they're snapping the car loose, I bet. You have to be super easy with these things on the throttle, man, when the tires are cold. Super easy with them. I never complain about cautions, easy IR. Yeah, but Devin, my IR, like, it would be great if I was like a 3K or 4K, like, that'd be awesome. But this is boring. It's just boring. It sucks, man. Like, I just hate pacing around like this. Like, we want to race, you know? So it's just frustrating, that's all. So, some guy just got loose in front of me, man. Sorry. Oh, you're fine, Sean. Guys get loose. That's what I was just talking about. When the tires are cold in these cars, with that preload, it's really easy for them to get loose, man. It's really easy, especially on a track like this that's bumpy. With these diffusers, if these things bounce just a little too much, that diffuser gets too high, that thing will stall, which is just a fancy word of saying stop working. And then all of a sudden you've lost your rear downforce, and dude, they'll go around. I put out a updated insider setup because if the wind got above like 12 or 13 miles per hour, which some people had happen in some practice sessions, after the fuel burned off, the rear end was getting higher, and the wind was actually lifting the car up. It was breaking it loose on entry. So, yeah, dude, like that stuff like that, and it happens. So you're good, dude. Don't worry about it. Did you get wrecked out, man? I hope not. That sucks. That's the bad thing about it's what makes these races fun, but it also is what makes them heartbreaking, is the fact that they only do a couple of them a week. It's not like the Xfinity or even the A car, you know, the Class A, where if you get in a wreck in 2 hours, you can go do another one. These, it's like if I get wrecked in this, my next chance to do this race is Sunday morning. You know what I mean? Like, you've only got a couple of shots a week. So hopefully you didn't get what happened? Hopefully you didn't get damaged up there. Oh, it's showing you still on the track. I hope you're still on there, man. If you've got a little damage, Sean, stick with it. If it's a lot of damage and you gotta wait like 20 minutes, then yeah, obviously that no one wants to do that. But Jeremy was telling me he's gained a ton of iRating in races where he's been banged up before, and he just pits, gets a little bit fixed, you know, tries to stay on the lead lap or one lap down, and people just fall out of these races because they're so long and there's so many problems. And by the end of it, he'll finish like top 10 with a broken car or something. I was in top 10 and went to pit to go in the back to stay out of trouble, and the guy came down on me. Oh, that sucks, man. That's a bummer, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that sucks. Alright, guys. Yeah, it's happening to my race too. Auto Club. Oh, way harder. A lot more power and way less downforce. And this track is really bumpy, man, so if the car bounces too much, your diffuser, you lose downforce in the back. It'll come around on you if you're not careful. This is why I spent so much time trying to tune the damn shocks on these things. Pretty much wherever you want to run. And I do not want to be 3 wide. Go, go, go. Takes me a few laps to get this thing feeling good, so you guys just go. I have no desire to get 3 wide right now. I'll catch you guys later. Or not. My goodness. And I'm going to be back in 20th place if we can't get some green flag laps here. This thing takes like 5 laps to come in. It's been happening all week, man. It's all good. Just got to change what I'm doing, I guess. Don't feel like I had all that week. Oh, yeah, Sean, dude, I had... This year was Daytona debacle 2.0, man. I lost like 250 iRating. I tried Daytona 4 times. I got wrecked all 4 times in something that wasn't my fault. Now, ultimately, I always say it is my fault. You know, if I should have been... I should have qualified better. I should have got to the front. You know what I mean? I should have been leading the race, so that could have happened behind me. But based on where I was at and that type of stuff, yeah, other people wrecked and got into me, and you know what I mean? Like, I just was a victim of circumstance in those situations. And I know how you feel, man. When that stuff happens, it sucks, dude. It sucks. It's just like, you know, it's frustrating. So all I can tell you is eventually it will end. You know, bad luck passes. Hey, I know your candy red is your thing. Could you show a spec map? What to do it was orange or green? Oh yeah, it's simple, Devin. This one I don't have the candy red paint no more. Um, that's my special events paint for, you know, dirt or something like that. It's the only time I bust it out. But this one's I'm running matte black with with a like a crimson, like a fluorescent crimson, and then like a charcoal gray or something. Um, but yeah, I can show you how to do a spec map. It's really simple, man. All you do is on those greens and um, oranges, like whatever you want to do. If you want to make it look like candy, what you do is you make the on the red channel, you make it 0, which means that it's completely non-metallic, and that'll make it as bright as possible. And then you want to make it completely smooth, so you move it all the way down to 0. Okay, on the green, on the roughness, and that'll make it really shiny. And then all you're gonna do is it's just a matter of tweaking the metallic until it gets to where you want it to be. That's all you got to do. So you'll just go back to the metallic and just add like 5 to the metallic. And you just keep moving it up until it gets to that point that you like, and you're good. That's all you do for the candy. Now for my candy red that I use, there's actually a base coat that I put under the candy apple red. It's like a metallic silver base coat, and that red that I put over the top of it is actually slightly transparent. It's like 95%. It's not 100%. So there's a little tiny bit of silver that comes through that kind of adds the reflective depth to it with the spec map. I'm sure you can do the same thing to the orange or the green as well. So, but it's really all within the spec map. The spec map is what really does it. Alright, here we go. These guys are doing the old accordion where they speed up and slow down, speed up and slow down. I need to just give myself some room in here. Up, wreck up front, wreck up front. God, I almost wonder if I should pit right now. We're pretty close to where I could get inside that window, but man, I can tell you now, there's no way my tires are very worn at all. I'm gonna stay out. I don't want to be back there with that mess. I've still got plenty of fuel. So we'll just stay out. If we get another caution though here in the next couple laps, I am gonna pit. About 35 laps, 35 green flag laps is the window that we were looking at, 35 to 37, somewhere right around there. But we've hardly had any green flag racing. To be honest, I mean, if we keep running like this, be able to make it on just one stop. I think we're on our 4th or our 5th, and we're on lap. I think we're on our 5th, and this is lap 25. Well, we keep having all these cars drop out, so I mean, eventually there's only going to be 20 cars on the track. Yeah, this is way worse than Daytona, Zach. This is a hard track. It's a hard track, man. It really is. It's bumpy. And like I said, these cars with the increased power and the decreased downforce, they're a handful. You've got to be careful with them, man. Especially the first 4 or 5 laps, you know, under green, because the tires are cold. They got to come up the temp. These things are tight, and then if you're turning a bunch and then you get on the gas with that preload, the car snaps. Like, you just have to be careful. And every wreck that I've seen so far, I haven't seen all of them. There was 1 or 2 that happened behind me. But every one that I've seen, that's what happened. A guy's getting loose. He's like snapping loose, getting loose on the corner. This one that happened on the front stretch here with the leaders, it looked like 2 guys just got together. I muted the chat because I didn't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything. So I don't know exactly what happened. I'm sure they were talking about it, but this guy keeps in Trotto no pitting, in Passe por Forto. He keeps talking about the pits. I don't know if he has a hotkey and he keeps hitting that instead of something else or what, but he keeps talking about the entrance to the pits is closed. I don't know what that is, but whatever. All right, let's go. I don't know what that says. Looks like Spanish. Or maybe Italian. See, look at, there goes another one right there. Getting loose. There goes another one right there. Getting loose. There goes another one. Getting loose. Like, you really got to act like you got like an eggshell under your throttle, man. You got to be really smooth with it. Look at, there he goes again. That's that preload. When you get on that throttle and you've got the wheel cut like that because the car's tight, then that's what it does. It wants to dart straight down to the bottom. Look at, there goes another one. Spending more time looking out the right side of my car, hoping someone doesn't come down on me. Oh, he's behind me now, okay. The way that I've got this thing set up, I've actually got it tight, and then you use the brake a little bit on entry the first 8 or 10 laps to help rotate the car, and once you do that after about 8 or 10 laps, then you can just lift. You don't have to use any brake and just use the throttle. There we go, now we're getting there. God dang it, dude. Man. Come on, guys. I have to make for the Asphalt Masterclass, this is the last car that we have to do, and I put out the setup video on YouTube. I got to do another one for the free masterclass, but I got to do the driving video, like kind of the basics of driving the car. I think I'm going to use this replay for the training. What's up, Lane? Need a translator to run NIS. Should be good practice for the sprints at IRP. Yeah, it should. We did a little bit of practice last night after the non-wing sprint car race. We're gonna pit. I can pit now and make it on one more stop. We're just going to go 4 tires, fuel, no adjustments. Trying to shift it in the neutral, wouldn't let me, and I just rolled right through my box. Hitting is something I need a lot of practice on. That was horrible. I'm still not used to using the clutch yet. I screwed that up. That is one thing I need to practice a ton is pit stops. I never practice them. Good thing when you're in your pit box on that side, you don't hit cars. Otherwise, I would have blasted that dude. That'd have been all bad. That's all right. Yeah, Devin, the setups that you make are for all the cars. So all the setups that I make for the Insider, I use Chevys, and they work for Ford and Toyota. It doesn't matter the manufacturer. That doesn't matter. I've actually done testing on that, like in Motec and stuff like that. There's no differences. So, yeah, there's no difference in it. Let me see what my tires were at. See, they're still 90s. I mean, they're high 90s. So, and what happens is the right front kind of wears a little bit quicker because the car's tight at the beginning of the run, and then it kind of levels off and the other three kind of catch up with it, and then the last half of the run, like all four of them kind of wear evenly. This independent suspension on these things is really unique, man. It makes these things I mean, obviously they're going to handle very different, but the tire wear is so much different than the other cars, than the Gen 6 car and the Xfinity and stuff like that. All right, one more stop. We just need one more stop to make it to the end. Oh, careful, buddy. Hold it. Hold it. Whoa! Another wreck. Whew. Oh my god, that purple car came all the way back up the track. I just barely missed him. Man. Where's the 24 car? That's the 24 car? Okay. It's not that way for my split neither. We can't go more than 3 laps, dude. It's ridiculous. We can't get 3 laps into a run. It makes Daytona look calm. There is. Every lap, every corner. I was just saying on the live stream that I think I'm going to use my replay as the training video for the Asphalt Masterclass on these things, man. They're all doing the same thing. The car's tight going into the corner, they're cutting hard left, and then they stomp on the throttle and their cars break loose. No, you can run out of room really fast here, man. As fast, you know, as much speed as you're carrying. Oh my god. Yeah, so did I. Yeah, it's kind of killing me on these short runs, man. We can't get more than 2 or 3 green flag laps. Look at that guy's wheel. You see how it was doing? That's crazy. I wonder if it's broke or if that's just an iRacing glitch. This is insane. I wonder what the chat sounds like. Oh, I can't unmute it. I only have the button to mute it. That's okay. I'm sure I don't want to hear it. Have to ask, how do you come up with your paint schemes? Oh, I just come up with an idea, Devin. I'll see something that I'm like, oh, that looks kind of cool, and then I'll think of like, how can I change it? How can I make that my own? And the paint job that I have on here right now that I redid, I got it from, I got my inspiration from the Ryan Blaney Advanced Auto Parts paint scheme. And so when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I was like, you know, that flat black looks really cool. And I liked, you know, the Chase Elliott Hooters one that he had that was like flat black. I really liked that one too, like that flat, like that matte black. It looks almost like stealth. I was like, I like that, you know. And I used to have a paint scheme that I ran on the sprint car that I called Black Ghost, and it was like matte black with charcoal, metallic silver, and then it had like some red highlights in it. And so I was like, I wonder if I can do kind of that stealth look, and then I'll put, you know, like a dark charcoal gray with a different kind of red. I wonder how that'll look. And so I just started creating graphics. You know, I just started creating graphics on the side, and I created some new numbers and, you know, kind of outlined them and, you know, stroked them and stuff like that, drop shadowed them, whatever. And I started changing the logo colors to kind of match and started putting stuff on. And then once I start getting stuff on, then I just start looking at it, and it's like, okay, I need to change that. I need to move that. And so, yeah, I kind of just see something, and then I just change it to, you know, what I think looks good. And once I do it on one car, then it's pretty simple for me to replicate it on the other ones. For the NASCARs, right? You know, next gen, Xfinity, truck, you know, it's pretty easy to kind of put the same thing, kind of convert the, you know, the same thing onto it, the same idea, concept. And then the sprint cars, I do the same. I mean, I did the same thing for everything. I just kind of, I see something and then I change it. You know, I kind of get inspiration from it, and then I just make it my own. I love the paint schemes like DeWalt. Yeah, the DeWalt one was really cool. I like the flat black, the matte black finish. I think it looks really good when you do a matte black, and then you've got your graphic or your decals and numbers and stuff where they're they're a little bit smoother, so you can see the difference in them. It kind of, it like adds depth to the paint. So I change my paints like once a season, or like pretty much every season. Usually towards the end of the season, I'll do a new paint for the next season. All right, guys, let's stay green the rest of the race. They're hitting each other in front of me. Thanks for the heads up, man. There's another one in the infield. Got loose. The left rear or the right rear? Okay, because there was a car inside of me, and I didn't know if he tapped me up or if I got sucked up into it or what. I was trying not to come down on him because I could hear him getting closer and closer. Okay. Yeah, we just got another caution. I keep hiding this person in my chat and they keep coming up. It's driving me crazy. What are we doing? What are we doing here, guys? Oh. Yeah, I've been blocking it, Devin, and it just keeps coming up. I don't know how it gets through, man. It drives me nuts, dude. As soon as you get like, it doesn't even have to be a lot. As soon as you get like 100 subscribers on YouTube, you start getting crap like this in your chats, your comments, your live streams. It's ridiculous, dude. I've reported it numerous times already. I've reported it numerous times. Thank God I'm live streaming. I got you guys to talk to, because otherwise I'd be losing my mind right now. I would be losing my mind. You're going crazy, man. Because this is ridiculous. It sucks too, because this is actually one of my favorite tracks to run. I really like this track. What happened? Someone get into you? God. Jeremy just got wiped out in his race. So according to Rylan, I just when I hit the wall there, I just scraped the right side. The body looks good, so hopefully it is. Nah, Devin, you should be good if you do that. I actually have to do that. I need to file trademark on the logos for SSR and stuff like that. I keep forgetting about that. I need to do that. Alright, car still feels good. See if we can't get up there and grab the lead so we don't have to worry about people wrecking in front of us. Dude, this is ridiculous, man. What is going on? My goodness. We're halfway and we have not had more than 3 green flag laps in a row at any point during this race. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna fall asleep. I'd like to pit just to fix up my optional repairs, but I don't want to go to the back, and I can't make it on one more stop. Not from here, anyways. I don't want to lose the track position. No, spotter, he did not have the position. What's up, SR2? How's it going? Thanks for joining the stream. I need all the company I can get right now because this race is freaking boring. We can't get more than 3 green flag laps in a row. It's ridiculous. Salute. Bless you. God dang it, man. If we could just get like 30 green flag laps, dude. I know my car is good over the long run. Now, whether or not I'm good enough to take advantage of it is a different story, but I know that it's good over the long run. I just need a long run. What am I doing wrong when I try pinstripes? Why the edge is so blurry? Devin, you need to go into your app any file in iRacing, the DX11 graphics app any file. You need to go in there, and there is an option there that says use compressed paint textures, and you want to change that to 0. You don't want to use compressed paint textures. When you use compressed paint textures, none of the anti-aliasing and stuff like that works, and so all of the stuff's going to look jagged and nasty. That's why. It's not your pinstriping, it's your graphic settings. Oh, nice. Dirt late model RC car. Nice. One of the guys who was in SSR last year, he actually went through the sprint car road to pro. Bob Cross. He is like huge into RC racing now. He doesn't do sim racing no more. He does RC. And he has a dirt modified. And he wins and stuff. Like, it's super cool, man. I follow him on Facebook, on his Facebook page. It's really cool, dude. My brother was really into that stuff. He had like $1,000 nitro-powered RC cars. Like, dude, these things, I mean, you almost needed a license to drive them, dude. They were so fast. It was crazy. I'm so nervous about having a car to the outside of me right now, man. So many of these guys have gotten loose. This is so bad. So bad. Do I leave it that way all the time? Yeah, leave it that way. You've got Devin, your system is more than strong enough to handle that, dude. More than strong enough to handle that. If I really got into RC, I wouldn't sim race. It's a small hobby. No, these are not rookie races, SR2. This is the NIS series. This is the NASCAR iRacing series. It's C-Class. It's the big one that's 50%. You know, it follows the NASCAR schedule. Like, these are hard races. But, here's the deal. I hardly do official races. My I rating after Daytona, I lost like 250 points. My I rating went from 1400 to 11 something. So I'm down in a lower split. I mean, I would be, don't get me wrong, even at 1400, I'm still going to be in a lower split. But I'm in my strength of field's 1,000, right? So it's a lot of lower I rating drivers. And a lot of them are just having a hard time. I don't know what happened, this wreck behind me, but we've been seeing a lot of guys where they are just getting loose and just shooting down the track. I'm going to do a video on it. I mean, it was already on my list of videos to do because I have a list of videos to do, but I'm gonna move it to the front of the list after this race because the diff preload is so different than anything we've ever had on these NASCARs. It's so different than anything we've ever had. When you are off throttle, the more preload you have off throttle, the tighter the car is. The more preload that you have on throttle, the looser the car is. And so what happens is you have a lot of guys, they go into the corner, the car's tight, so they're cutting the wheel. They got a lot of wheel into it, and then they start to pick up the throttle, and they've got the wheel cut to the left. And then those front tires grip up. Those rear tires now, because you got that preload, is driving the car around, and that's what happens. The car gets loose. It drives around, and then you get that shooting down to the infield. And we've been seeing it a ton. And it's one of those things where it's not just a setup thing, like it's a driving thing. And when you build the setup, like that guy just spun out coming out of the pits. When you build the setup, you have to build it around that preload. It's not an adjustment. Like once you build your setup, you don't want to be changing that preload. You might want to adjust it a click, plus or minus, but that's it. You don't want to be changing it because everything else is based off that. It's a really important thing. And like I said, it's just really different. And last week with Daytona, you don't feel it because you're wide open the whole time or you're on throttle the whole time. This is the first real test of it for a lot of people because a lot of people didn't run the A car. You know, we just got the update. It's only been a few weeks that we've had it, so a lot of people are still learning it. And so it's just, you know, hard. It's just hard for people. Most people would be better off to zero it out, to just turn it off. The first couple setups that I built after the new build, I ran little to no preload. Because like I said, it's different. It's unlike anything we've ever done in these cars. In any of the Cup cars, any of the NASCARs. Yeah, the guys don't know their set really either. A lot of people don't. There were people in the practice asking for setups. There was a group of them who were like, dude, anybody else use this VRS setup? It gets hella loose. How do I fix it? Hey, this is doing this. Like, there was guys talking about setups that they got from setup shops, and they're having a hard time with it. And it's not that those setups are bad, because they're not. It's just, like I said, it's just the car is a completely different animal than anything we've used before. And now when it comes to the setups on these cars, it really is, it's really an open book. There's no thing that you gotta have or do to be fast. It's whatever you can get to be comfortable. It's just ridiculous. So bad right now. So bad. We got 39 laps. I'm going to pit because I can make it the rest of the way. Even if we go green the rest of the way, I know my car can make it with my tires. I'll be able to make it till the end. So we're going to pit and we're just going to ride or die. I'm gonna buy a test session with you soon. I need help in the non-wing sprints. Yeah, man. The non-wing sprints is all about driving. SR. It's all about driving. Yeah, setup can help with those to be comfortable, but it's all about how you drive. It's all about driving with those things. It's all about your right foot, your throttle, controlling that car with the throttle. We're going to pit this time. Hopefully this pit stop goes better than the last one. We'll get the optional pairs redone just so. My PC, Devin, is an Intel 10900K with an RTX 3080. I've got a 1 terabyte NVMe drive that is it's an ADATA SX8200. It's super fast. And then I have a WD Blue NVMe drive. I have a Samsung 500 gigabyte SSD that I use for like a scratch disk, a 1 terabyte hard drive for data backup. I've got 32 gigs of some really fast RAM. I can't remember what the RAM is because I got it from my brother. It's like Viper or something like that. It's a really fast RAM. So I've been running it just basically stock. I need to overclock everything so I can get some more performance out of it. when I'm on these asphalt races and because I've got everything on and I've got all the settings to like high, the graphics become a problem. God, I'm way far back now. Darren Anderson has worked with me a little bit here and there. Yeah, man, I actually need to go on and change my schedule on my calendar because I have a new schedule with my work now. I haven't done that yet. I need to do that. Last thing I want is for someone to schedule a session and me have to cancel. So I need to actually go on and do that. All right, if we can stay out of trouble. We should be good to go. We can make it till the end. Even if this miraculously goes green the rest of the race, we can make it till the end. The car is capable of doing that and still being good. But we need some green flag laps. Please let us have a green flag run, please. Look at it. Oh my God! Why are we 3 wide on a restart? This thing's gonna be really tight these first 4 or 5 laps. Where the heck is the rest of that guy's car? Don't come down, don't come down, don't come down! Whew. Whoa! I don't know if he was just getting out of the way or what, but he went to the bottom quick. He must have just been getting out of the way. I find if you saw a little bit on the wheel when you're going through the corner, when that thing pushes tight and you get back on the throttle, it kind of keeps it from snapping loose. You got to be careful though, because if you do that too much, you might feed it up into the wall. That's what happened when I got up into the wall that one time. There's a nasty bump down here I gotta be careful of right there. I should have went through the middle there instead of trying to pass him on the bottom in 3 and 4. Alright, I think we're about to where we can start just lifting and not using brake anymore. Yep. Alright, let's see if we can track these guys down. Want to get my delta bar up for my last lap so I can look at that, compare braking versus no braking. Whoa! My goodness. Well, that was the longest green flag lap run we've had. That was, what, 10 laps? That was crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, that case is a Fantex. It's the P500. It's the new one. The P500 digital or something like that. DRGB. Digital RGB. So. Yeah, the guy running outside was definitely on the limiter. How many laps into the run are you? In the next gen car? Really? Yeah, I haven't tried to flat foot it in this thing. Nice. Nice. Keep it up. But we just had our longest green flag run of the race. It was like 11 laps, 12 laps. Thinking about a 3080 Ti build. I actually had signed up for a 3080 Ti last year, and I got an email to buy it. And the whole reason I'd signed up was because my brother wanted it. And I tried to get a hold of him because it was like $1,400. And I didn't just have $1,400. I mean, I could have bought it, but I needed to know that he was going to be giving me the money back for it so I could, you know, and buying the card off me. And I tried to get in touch with him. I couldn't get a hold of him, and my time expired because you only have like, you have less than 24 hours. They only give you like 20 hours to buy the thing from the time you get the email. And by the time I saw it, it was like 3:30 in the morning, and I only had until like 7 a.m., and he didn't get the message till later, so he ended up missing it. Yeah, Micro Center's really good. There's a micro center about 8 hours from where I live, and me and my brother have talked about that, about going down and buying graphics cards. I'm going to be doing a new build this year. This one is getting a little long in the tooth for me, although it's better than what I had, the AMD build, and that one was only, you know, 2 years old, 1.5 years old. This one is, when it comes to all of the business stuff that I do, the video production, the editing, the, you know, Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, all that type of stuff, that's really, really hard. And this system is just, like I said, it's getting a little long in the tooth, so I need to update this system. I'm going to go with a, I'm going to get the new Intel. And I don't know what GPU I'm going to go with. I thought about doing a 3080 Ti. I might do that. Where I'll probably sell this system and then build myself a new one. Yeah, see, and look, a 7700K with the 1070 is fine for iRacing, right? Like, I mean, it's still good. And now if you're on triple monitors, it might be a little rough. You might have to turn down graphic settings and stuff, but that's fine. But for all of the other stuff that I do, that's why I have such a high level system. It's not the gaming aspect of it, it's the everything else. Like video editing and stuff like that is, I mean, it's so taxing on your resources, it's crazy. What do you think? Think I can catch these guys? I really need to get better at my restarts in these things. I lost way too much ground on that restart. And those guys drafting and me being by myself, it's killing me. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch those guys in 18 laps. Yeah, the only VR that I've used SR is the one that I have, which is the Oculus Rift S. That's the only one that I've tried, and it works good. It's a good VR set. I don't use VR because I can't live stream and admin and all that stuff in VR. So that's why I don't use it. If I'm ever just gonna hop on and do a race for fun, which is almost never now, then I'll throw my VR on. But pretty much my son is the one that uses my VR. I don't really use it anymore. But it is good. It is good. I don't think the picture, I don't think the visual quality is as good with the VR yet as like triple monitors. I think with triple monitors it's a little bit sharper, it's a little bit more clear. And like I said, monitors are way better for live streaming and adminning. You know, on a live stream, people don't want to look through my VR, right? Like it's gonna, you know, you watching that's gonna make you nauseous. So for me, the triple monitors is just the way to go. Why were you down 70 horsepower? Oh. Yes, I did. I'm not going to be able to catch those guys, man. Those guys all drafting together, they're just going to smoke me. The one time I won a caution and I'm not going to get it. That's okay. I'll take a top 5 if I can get this. There we go. Now she's starting to loosen up some. Tires were wearing out. This is what I've been wanting all race long. This is when my setup starts to get really good, and hopefully other people's starts to fall off. The problem is we've only got like 10 laps left. Yeah, they've got way too much of a lead on me. There's no way I'm gonna get them. Might be able to catch third place here. First and second are gone though. You can do this, reel them in. Yeah, I think I can get third, SR. I don't think I can get first and second, man. They've got a 5-second gap on me. Those two guys are sitting there drafting together. They're pulling an extra 3 to 4 miles per hour on the straights like that, where I'm at 190 by myself. They're getting up to 193, 194. I mean, watch how much more speed I'll have down the front stretch this time. I'm up to 195. I only do that in the draft. Third's not going fast enough, SR. Although my straightaway speeds are picking up, I mean, did you see how quickly I caught him? He's going too slow through the corners. It wouldn't be worth it. Those two guys up front are pretty evenly matched. See how much I'm pulling away from him? He can't stick with me in the draft. That's the thing. It's not just drafting. You got to have somebody, and especially a car that is as fast, right? Like they haven't used up their stuff. Their tires are still good. You know, like his stuff is really falling off. I mean, see how much he's dropped back already? So that's the thing. Those two front guys, man, I don't know if they're like teammates or if they're just working together. I've got the chat muted, so I don't know if they've been talking or not, but those guys they're on another level right now, the way that they're working together. Old Rob and Brendan, they've got their stuff dialed in. Hopefully they bump each other last lap. Yeah, I don't wish a wreck on anybody, because that would suck. You know, I would much rather win a race by passing somebody, you know, catching them and passing them. I mean, obviously a win's a win, but yeah, you never know. They might. I mean, they're obviously they're going to start racing each other. I doubt the guy in second place is just gonna settle for second. I imagine he's gonna make a move. So you never know. Something might happen. They're getting in the lap traffic too, which I imagine lap traffic will get out of the way. It's late in the race. God, man, I wish we had gotten some green flag laps earlier, dude. This thing is so good right now in this long run. It sucks. That's such a bummer that we had like 10 cautions. Well, I will take a top 3. Thanks, man. 3rd. Yeah, it would have been nice if we could have had some green flag racing like that throughout the race, but I'll take it. Thanks, man. Unmute my sound now. Oops, I want to remember to put that, no. I guess I can't. How many cautions did we have? Let me see this real quick. Dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 cautions? My goodness. My goodness. That's a lot of cautions. Let me see how my tires were. Yeah, look at, man, my tires were still good on that run. I might have been able to push it even a little bit harder. That those right sides need a little bit more air. Because that thing's rolling over a little too much. I don't think I have enough camber in that right front. Same thing on the left front. I think the rears are good. Maybe a little bit more air in the right rear. So I'll make a note of that. Overall, when we finally got racing, it was good. I am definitely going to save this, though. because I'm gonna do a video on the preload. Because I'll bet dollars to pesos that's what most of those wrecks were, was the diff preload. I'll answer him in a second because that's gonna be long. Makes you want to buy this track and race next time. Have a good night, man. SR2, it's a fun that's a fun track. Like it's really a fun track. Yeah, they were racing hard, Matt. I didn't see who won, but see how many cautions. 12 cautions. I was off a little bit. 12 cautions. I got some iRating back that I lost at Daytona. It was close. I mean, look at the 300ths of a second. So they were battling to the end there. But look at that. My best lap was lap 81, right? Like when, yeah, the next open race is Sunday, I believe. We pitted 70. I pitted 72. We went green the rest of the way. So I mean, that was what 9-10 laps into that run. That was my best lap. So yeah, it takes a while. These cars are they're really tricky, man. That's the thing that I've been working a ton on with them. Is you have to start them off really tight because they loosen up so much over the run. It's 180 degrees in the opposite direction of the other cars, or the Gen 6 car, the previous Cup car. Those you would run them loose in the beginning because they would get tight over the run. And these, you're almost setting them up like a dirt car. Now I do that on the trucks and the Xfinity, but with this car you can do it even more so because of the independent rear suspension that it's got. And so you basically set them up to like drive off the right rear. And the good thing about that is doing that, if you can get the balance right on it, it can be really good on the long run. The bad thing is that it takes like 8 to 10 laps for it to start coming in. So you know, hopefully they'll get better and better and better as the season goes on. Love face, I'm getting tired of you. If I ever find out who you are in real life, me and you are going to have a misunderstanding. This is just ridiculous. My God. Dude. Get off my channel. It's trolls, man. That's what it is, dude. It's trolls. How many splits were there? There was 14 splits. I was in split 13. I mean, I definitely need to raise my iRating a ton. Let's see what split 1 was. Split 1. Now look at that. Split 1 had 5 cautions. Now, 5 to 12, right? Like 5 is nothing. But that's still quite a few cautions considering that these are... Look at these guys, dude. These are 6,000-7,000 iRating drivers. Like, these are like the, you know, some of the best there is. So, I mean, you had 2 pros in here. Split 2 had 2 cautions. Split 3 had 8 cautions. Split 4 had 12 cautions. It's a tough track, man. It's a tough track. I'm watching on TV and was like, ooh, I know that name. These cars are fun at Charlotte. Charlotte's a really fun track. I like Charlotte because it's high banked, it's fast, and it's bumpy. This next week at Vegas is going to be a lot of fun. I just finished the truck setup today for Vegas. and I'm really happy with it, man. Really happy with it. I got on like a 44 lap fuel run. So basically 44 laps was the most I could get. Like that was a full tank at Vegas. The first 34 laps I could run it wide open, not lift one bit. Now that was by myself, but I didn't have to lift once. Last year or last season when we ran at Vegas, I could only get to about lap 15, and then I was having to lift because the truck got too tight, and I got it fixed, man. I was super happy with it. So I'm looking forward to Vegas, because Vegas is a really fun track because it's so banked and there's some bumps. You can run. It's not as wide as California, obviously, but you can run top, middle, bottom. Like there's a lot of lines that you can run there. It's a fun track. So I'm looking forward to Vegas next week. I think Friday nights or Sunday mornings, those are going to be the days that I do the NIS stuff. And I'm going to live stream every one of them that I do, or at least try to. Well, no, I'll be live streaming every one that I do. I'm going to try to do each week. We'll see how that goes. But thanks, Pigpen. Pigpen, I haven't got to run Kokomo this week, which is just absolutely... You know what? Dude, you just mentioned that. I think that's coming up in 10 minutes. If that's coming up in 10 minutes, I'll run Kokomo. Oh, no, it's 9:15. Dang it. I haven't had a chance to run Kokomo this week. On Sunday, out at my parents' house, the septic system, we were noticing like water was seeping up in the backyard. And I was like, what the hell? So I was like, man, I think it's the leach line. And so I dug down, and the pipe was backed up. And now on a septic system, you have, your solids and then your clear side that gets put out into the leach field. And so I dug all the way down to that pipe. It was like 2.5 feet deep, 2 feet deep. Dug all the way down by hand. Saw that, and this was on Sunday. And so I was like, all right, I got to put a new leach field in for them. And so Monday I went and got a ditch witch, a trench digger. Went out and, dug like 150, 200 feet of trench. Then I had to come back and clean it all out by hand. And then, I had to put drain rock and gravel, like 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch gravel in there. And I had to do that by hand with a wheelbarrow. So I had to go over, get a wheelbarrow full of gravel, come back, dump it in, spread it out, go back and forth, put the pipe in, then put more gravel on top, then put soil separator on it, then backfill it, and I'm still not done. I'll finish backfilling it all tomorrow. So I've been doing that all week long. This is last night, NARC, and this are the only races I've done this week. I missed Tuesday and Wednesday on NARC because my son had baseball practice. Next week, I'm going to miss Tuesday and Wednesday because my son has baseball practice again. So I have not had a chance to run Kokomo. I'm going to try to run tomorrow morning at, I think it's the odd, right? So it's so I'll try to run at 5:15 a.m. tomorrow, my time, because I'll be up building the insider sets for this next week. I'll be up at like 3 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get a midget race in because Kokomo is my favorite track. I love it in the midgets. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to, man. I just had too much happen this week. It just sucks, dude. So yeah, Devin, you'll get the Vegas set. That's the insider set this week. That's the insider set. What is the iRacing C series you ran? I'm confused as it uses next-gen cars. What's the difference? Oh, okay. So, oh boy, iRacing has 2 NASCAR Cup Series. They have the NASCAR Cup Series, which is the Class A series. Okay. Then now this one is based. It's based off the regular iRacing season, 12 weeks. Okay. So right now, we are on week number 11. Next week is week 12. That's the last week for this season. Then in the C class, they have the NIS or NASCAR iRacing series. This one actually follows the NASCAR real life schedule. Have a good night, man. This one follows the NASCAR real life schedule. Okay, you can see it just goes and goes and goes and goes. 36 weeks. It'll go till November 3rd. This one, they run not the full amount, right? So at California NASCAR in real life, they run 200 laps. The NIS runs 50%. So we just did 100 laps at NIS. We'll do 134 at Vegas, 156 at Phoenix, 163 at Atlanta. They do have a couple of special events. We did, the Daytona 500 was 200 laps. The next one is the Coca-Cola 600 in May. That's 400 laps. And then we've also got the Southern 500, I believe. Do we do the Southern 500 or no? I can't remember if we do the Southern 500 or not. We must not. Oh, 147. Oh, yeah, maybe we do the Southern 500. 184? I can't remember. Because there's another special event. Let me see. iRacing special events. But yeah, they have a couple that we actually run the whole event. Indy, that's Indy. We don't do Coke 600. So that we have that one. And then is there another one? I thought there was one more. Oh, Bristol. So we run the Bristol 500. Yeah, we run the Bristol 500. When is that? September. Right here, Bristol, 500 laps. And then the last race, Phoenix, will run the full 312 laps. So we have, 4 full-length races that we do during the season. So this is the C Class 1, the NIS. I live in Indiana and don't like Kokomo. Kokomo's awesome. I love it. You got a tip for keeping the front down on the exit of 1 and 2 at Kokomo. Got the insider set up and it feels like the front's up a little and just pushing. Yeah, Pigpen, actually, if that's happening to you, and those midgets, because of how hooked up the rear end is, your driving is going to really affect how that front end feels. If that's happening to you, decrease the rebound in the front. I know that is counterintuitive, but what happens a lot of times when it's tied down, and this week it is, if you get it in there and that thing starts to bounce, what's happening is the rebound is so hard that it's picking the front end off the ground before the shock actually extends. So try decreasing the rebound on both front shocks. Go I think it's like a 3.6 on the left front, like a 4.5 on the right front or something like that. But just go to put a 4 rebound on the left front and a 3.5 rebound on the right front, and that should fix that problem for you. Yeah, Snowball Derby is a good one. I didn't get to do that one this last year. I want to do that. They call it the Winter Derby, but I want to do that this next year. And then I'm doing a lot of the road racing stuff. We've got, what's coming up next? It's, Spa? No, not Spa. Sebring. We've got the Sebring 12-hour coming up in March, so I'm going to be doing that. There's 12, we've got 3 teams that are going to be doing it. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that one. So, that should be a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's what we got. Well, and Pigpen, in turn 2, there's a bump at the bottom that a lot of people don't realize is there. If you actually move up just a half a car length, you'll miss that bump. There's a bump in the bottom of 1 and 2 that messes a lot of people up. You either have to get right down on the grass below it or go above it. That bump down there is nasty. When is the Winter Derby? That's not till November. I'm going to run the Indy 500 this year as well. Both the fixed and the open. I'm going to do both of those. So. But yeah. Looks kind of dark in here. Why does it look so dark? Oh, because I left that That light on low. I didn't fix that. Oh well. Um. So yeah, but yeah, you guys, that's gonna do it all for tonight, man. Okay, yeah, I knew about the 1 and 4, but not in 2. Yeah, there's 1 in turn 2 also. It's not always there in terms of, well, I shouldn't say it's not always there, because the bump is pretty much always there, but depending on how many people are running down there will determine how bad it gets, because it can get really bad at the end of the night, at the end of the race. And if you're in a higher split, most of those guys just pound that bottom until it goes away, and that can really make it bad. So, yeah. Spec, please. Oh, you want to see how to do that? Dude, I'll show you how to do that real quick. It's simple, man. Look at, I'll show you how to spec this real quick. It's super simple, Devin. It's not hard. You just have to watch. Let me find a car that's already got kind of a spec on it. So let me see. Where is my... Okay, so here. This was my cup car that I did, that I had before the new one, okay? And this is not my candy apple red. It's a version of Scuderia red, but I can throw... Let me throw candy apple red on here real quick, just to show you. Library. Come on. Which one's the candy apple red? I think it's that one. So candy apple red. This is without the base coat underneath it, but we don't need that right now. I just need to show you this. So we turn that off. Let me pull up my car so we can actually see it here. Yep, have a good one, Mom. So that's the new car I just did. Now you can see how it's like a matte black, right? Like that's just the spec mapping stuff on it. Okay, but so let's get this. Let me delete these spec maps in here real quick, or let me delete these paints in here. iRacing really needs to figure out their labeling system for stuff. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so now see how it's shiny now? Okay, so now it's just got the iRacing spec on it. So first, if I save this, which one is my Gen 7? So Shift F4, boom. Okay, so now we've got the red paint on there. Now you can see how that looks, right? Doesn't look bad, okay? But if you want to give it that candy apple look or whatever it is, all you got to do is this. So we're going to turn this on. And, oops, I need to, god dang it. So when you spec map, you want to break everything up. So I've got my numbers, all my sponsors, my car decals, we'll put that with the sponsors, and the color change logos. So what you want to do is this. So I put all my sponsors, my numbers, all the decals like that. I put all of that into a folder, and then I make a copy of it, and then I turn that copy into a smart object. And the reason I do that is now when I hit control, it highlights all the stickers, right? All the decals, everything. I'm going to do the same thing with the numbers. Okay. And so now I'm going to come up here. I'm going to delete that. I don't want that. I don't want that. And I'm just going to make a new layer, a solid color layer, and we're going to make it white. Make sure that these top two numbers are 0 and then put it on B. Okay. We're going to delete that layer mask. This is going to be red. I'm going to make a copy of this. This will be, because I've got black, and we'll do gray, and then we'll do decals. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the sponsors. I'm going to turn off the numbers, right? I'm going to turn that stuff off. Okay. And so now all I've got here is my paint. So I'm going to grab my magic wand tool. I'm going to select the red, and which grabs basically everything. And now I'm going to come up here to this layer that says red. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to add a layer mask to it. I'm going to do the same thing with the black. We're going to select that. Now it only picked that, so I'm going to come up to select, hit similar, and now it picks all the black. Black, boom. Okay, then I'm going to pick the gray, select, similar, picks all the gray, select that, boom. And now I'm going to do my decals. So now I got to turn those back on. We need the sponsors and the numbers. So Control, Shift, and so now I've got all of my decals. Highlight the decals, layer mask, boom. So now come here to spec map, and now I can spec map all this. So in order for the red to really have a good candy apple look, it needs to be partially metallic and then high gloss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually start off with it at 50. Normally, if it was a different color, I would go down to 0 and then find that metallic number that looks good. I already know with the red where to go, okay, because I've done it a bunch. So we're going to go to 50 on the red. For the black, we're going to make this a matte black just so I can show you the differences. So I'm going to go all the way down to 0. On the gray, I'm going to make this like really metallic just so you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to leave this at 100. And then the decals, these are not metallic. So I'm going to make those 0 as well. So now I've got those. All I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this top one. Hold shift to highlight all 4. Copy it. And I'm just going to drag these down into my green channel. Now make sure that your parts are on top of your layer masks, okay, when you save this, because the parts get stamped over it. If you spec map your paint and everything over the parts and iRacing stamps that on, you're going to have what looks like this ghosting outline. It's going to look funky. You don't want that, okay? So make sure the parts are always on top. So now we go down here to the roughness. So the decals, I'm going to put that at, I like to be 10 or 15. We'll put it at 15 because I do want to, I want them to have a little bit of texture. The gray, since I'm making this super metallic, I want it to be very smooth. So we'll go all the way down to 0. We're going to do this one at the extreme. This thing's going to shine like chrome. That gray is. On the black, I want it to be really matte looking. So we'll go up to 75. And then on the red, we have it at 50 on metallic, so I'm going to drop this all the way down to 0 so it's as shiny as possible. All right, so now all I got to do is save this spec, save a copy on the computer, documents, iRacing, paint. And we're going to save it as car underscore spec. And my number. Okay, so now, boom. See how that looks? See how it looks, right? See the difference in it? You can see the black is really matte, the gray is really shiny, and then that red has kind of that metallic candy apple look to it. See? And that's it. That's literally all you do, right? If I wanted to do this with, let's turn this off, and let me grab so let me find a, all right, let me find a candy another candy color that we can try this with. There we go. Um, so let's try. Oops, I need to put that here. So let's go 450337. Let's try purple. Now it's not going to look very good with the decals, but you'll get the gist of it. So there we go. Shift F4. There you go. Candy purple. Super simple. Have a good night, Pigpen. Do it again, but move your camera screen. What camera? Oh, my webcam? I can't move that. I don't have a way to move that. Hold on, let me see. Can I turn that off? There we go, I can turn it off. All right, well, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going to do it again. You just create a layer. You just create a layer like this. Solid. God dang it. You create a layer, solid color. Go white. You want these to be zeros. Get rid of that layer mask, and then just use your magic wand to pick a color, purple, and then you just highlight that, and then click layer mask. There you go. You just do, and that's what you do. And then you just adjust them. That's it. That's all you do. And then just save it. I mean, that's really it. It's super simple. I know that my camera blocked this down here, but you're just using a layer mask. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's really simple. So, yeah. So, and then if you want it to shine even more, and always remember, the more metallic you make something, the darker it's going to be. Right? So, you said orange. Let me see if I have my, I don't know where my neon orange is. I think that, God dang it. Control Z. I'll do the orange and then I gotta go. But see, when you do too much, see, I mean, that looks, it almost has a gold color to it. You see that? See, the more metallic you make something, the darker it is. FF 5F 1F 1F. There you go. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. So, but yeah, that's how you do it, dude. It's pretty simple. It is. So, but yeah, you guys, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna go see the wife and kids and call it a night. But thank you guys very much for joining me, man. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. I guess I should turn this back on so I can say goodbye. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, you guys. So thank you very much for coming out. I will be back next week, not until like Thursday night. But I will be back next week, Thursday night, and I'll view the NIS again on Friday. So until then, as always, good luck, good racing, take care.